Hello to everyone all around the world. What a fantastic day it is on today. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join with me and share with me this moment of empowerment. Today, I wanted to be able to speak with you about the metamorphosis of mistakes. A metamorphosis. What is that exactly? What exactly comes to mind? You may wonder exactly what all does this entail? Well, simply put, a metamorphosis is nothing more than a process of transformation. In nature, by definition, a metamorphosis or this process of transformation is said to have occurred when an organism transforms from its most previous immature state to its final realized adult form. In nature, one of the most fascinating and one of the most beautiful examples that we may see occur in nature that we read about in textbooks that we can probably think of, this process of transformation actually happens, or this metamorphosis actually happens when the caterpillar transforms into its final realized adult form. One of the most beautiful things about this metamorphosis is that when the butterfly emerges from this cocoon, it emerges as something completely different, something with wings. It no longer looks like the caterpillar that first went into the cocoon itself, but it emerges as a flying insect. It emerges as something that is beautiful, something that is colorful. Unlike the caterpillar that may have been bound to the ground, that may have been bound to a leaf, guess what? That butterfly now emerges as something that is able to soar, able to fly. It emerges as something, once again, that is completely unrecognizable. And the reason why it emerges as that final adult mature form is because it endured that process of metamorphosis. Well, just like the caterpillar to the butterfly, we too sometimes have to go through a process of metamorphosis. During that process of metamorphosis, just like the butterfly that may be open to predatory attacks, that may be vulnerable to harsh winters, or whatever the case may be, we too can sometimes become vulnerable to certain challenges, to certain obstacles, to certain stresses throughout life. Well, guess what? The more we endure and the more we find ourselves getting through that process of transformation, if we can just get through that metamorphosis itself, we can emerge as something greater in the end. Understand that just like the butterfly that emerges as that final adult form, that emerges as that final work of art, we too can emerge as that final masterpiece, that final unique piece of greatness that our destiny was leading us down. Okay? Understand that our mistakes, just like anything else in life, can also go through a metamorphosis. Our mistakes, our mishaps, our errors, our shortcomings, they can be transformed and they can endure a process of metamorphosis all on their own. Understand that if we can allow ourselves to learn from our mistakes, to grow from our mistakes, to adopt, to evolve, to elevate, to develop into something further, to become greater, guess what? Greatness is of us and greatness is within us. And if we can allow our mistakes to go through that metamorphosis, we too can become greater. Understand that mistakes that are transformed, that mistakes that are allowed to go through that metamorphosis, those mistakes can be transformed into wisdom. I'll say that again. Mistakes can be transformed into wisdom. And guess what? That wisdom can be used and is essential for helping us to build upon, to expand, and to live a life of greatness and fulfillment. Once upon a time, I read a quote. And I stated these words, that your very best teacher is your very last mistake. I'll say that again. Your very best teacher is your very last mistake. Once again, mistakes don't have to just be mistakes. They can be something to help us grow, something to help us learn, something to help us gain more insight. And if we allow that last mistake to be transformed into wisdom, guess what? We can become that much greater. Today, I leave you with that nugget of wisdom. Allow the mistake to be transformed. Allow the mistake to go through that process of metamorphosis and watch yourself become that much greater. As long as you allow that mistake to teach you, as long as you allow that mistake to be a part of your growth and your development and your elevation, you too can become that much greater. Allow that mistake to be transformed today. Thank you so much for watching.